Well, first of all, is that they manage the main striker, Haaland. He has been struggling so much in the games when the teams are very with a low block and very tight without spaces. He's been hand tight. He couldn't move. You could see that when he's on a man marking, we've used to see Haaland just bullying the players, arriving, scoring from every single position into the field with the spaces. You know that he's a key player. But you know that when he's tight, when you put a mark, a strong player, and next to him, he struggles a lot. He's not receiving good crosses. He's not receiving. De Bruyne has been a player who has been injured for quite a long time. Doku hasn't been the player probably who we were all expecting, or Grealish. Foden has been on his own, but not much in the last 30. Even Bernardo hasn't been involved into the assisting side. So in the end, the main thing for me about this Manchester City is that they are not creating the chances they created last year, and that the player who has to finish those chances, he hasn't been as accurate as he was last year. And when you have a player who scored last year almost 50 goals, and this season is on half of the goals that they score, this is a team that doesn't score. They don't have enough players to score 15, 20 goals. And to have a player, to have a team that wants to win the Premier League, you need a player who can score 25, 30 goals. This season, they struggle with that. Starting from that, things are not going the way that you just said, because if you don't win against the top teams, you're going to struggle to arrive to the last part of the season with chances of winning it.
What is it that Gabriel and Saliba did so well yesterday, Frank? If you were looking to teach young defenders as to how you should approach these sort of games, what did they do that impressed you?
Well, on top of them, I think you have to include everybody, because as a team, they perfectly worked. You know, when the City had the ball, they worked as a block, and real block with three lines, but very close to each other. And of course, Saliba and Gabriel have been outstanding. They annoyed Haaland as well. We could see Gabriel and Haaland talking a lot, you know, let's say talking in a nice way, but more insulting each other, you know. But that's part of the game as well, putting your player outside of the game. And in fact, before, you could feel that De Bruyne was able to find Haaland every time. That was impossible, because it was hard for him to cross the ball, and because Saliba and Gabriel were very close to Haaland all the time. And White on the side, and I think it was Tomiyashi at second, but I forgot the other one at first. They were very close also. Yes, exactly. Were very close also, covering either Gabriel or Saliba. They work really as a real line at four, and there were no space for Haaland. And Haaland is not technically, I would say, the best player in the world. He needs the space. He needs to find his mobility, and if you don't allow him to do so, he struggles like anybody can struggle.
Frank, we know you talk a lot in real life. On the pitch, would you be chirping away at forwards as well?
No, because I mean, as long as the guy respected me, I was okay. If he started to knock me down, you know, whatever, you know, I would become nasty. I would have become nasty, that's for sure. And Mario can witness that. But otherwise, no, never, because I have too much respect for the player. But if you try a nutmeg, if you try something tricky, if you try to tease me, yeah, I can get very upset. So, but I had my good days and my very bad days, let's say.
Much like now. What about you, Mario? I can't imagine you talking to strikers like that.
No, like what Frank just said, you know, like, for example, a perfect example for me is probably to call Thierry Henry, because I knew him personally, and he always would talk to you in the game. And I don't know if he, you know, but like, especially when we played Arsenal, he would always come and tell me so many stories, and I go, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. He said, but Mario, come on, we're friends, man. And I go, don't talk to me. I'm not going to... Okay, I gave you 2 answers, now I'm not answering anymore. And I would not answer, because I know what he tries. He tried to get in your head, and for you to switch off 1 second, and he's gone. And I knew that, so you cut the conversation. Me, no. You know, that's
Mario,
why. Like,
wait. What sort of stories is he telling you? Like, I went out last night, had a lovely dinner. What's he talking to you about?
Now, Thierry was not really a party boy, so he would then come up and say like, hey, let's say Holland is playing France, we're playing each other. He say, hey, Mario, I'm playing you in a month time again. You know, some silly story that I really don't care about. And then he'll go like, hey, sometimes he will say, hey, give me a chance, man. You don't have to mark me so tight. Let me go, man. Why are you worrying about me? You know, little things like that, just to get into your head. And when you're friends, right? When you laugh about it because some things were silly, it's almost like trash talk, how the basketballers are really great at it. But he was trying to bring that in the game, and then he loves to embarrass you. One thing he was really good at, and that's why for the ones that he got, he didn't get me, but for the ones that he got, he will look at you and make you know that I got one over you. And that's why I never spoke to him, because I knew he will come for me. And when I play against him, I said no. So that's why I know. But just going back to the game, when you saw the two guys playing, you know, Saliba and Gabriel, they were so focused. But I do have to say, I said it before, you have to watch what Jorginho did. How he marked in front of Haaland, it killed Haaland's game. There was no pass for him over the like over the floor. They couldn't get to him. Through the air, it's kind of hard because the two guys, they're not little boys, Saliba and Gabriel. They're tough. They're physically powerful enough to handle the game. And you could see that. And they were sitting also deep. It's not most likely that we see Arsenal sit that deep. So there was not a lot of space for Haaland to get behind them, because then it gets to the goalkeeper. So when you watch that game, I felt it was very tight. And the only moment where I only have the question to Pep was with Caviar, that he had a problem with I think Silva. He had a problem with the first half, like trying to get, you know, the ball of him, and he didn't anticipate it on that. He waited till the second half to make his substitutions. That's the only moment I say Pep could have capitalized really quicker on that, because later on he tried with Doku and Grealish and he didn't come out anymore, and you saw the conversation at the end with Grealish.
We could obviously carry on talking about the tactics that we're in. Go on, Frank.
Sorry, didn't you find, guys, Luis in particular, you played for Liverpool, that when you watch Liverpool, you know that vertically they're going to try stuff. We saw Szoboszlai shooting from distance and some others shooting from distance. When you see City, and the tactic that has been very successful for Guardiola, going over, keeping the ball, never lose the ball, meaning sometimes never try anything, never shoot from distance, you feel frustrated. Where sometimes, you know, when you go around and you can't find the space, you never try anything until you lose the ball, because you are so stuck into your idea of going around and trying to find a little space. Sometimes, you know, to make sure that the team's gonna get out is to shoot from distance, to put the players out, to force the players to come out. And maybe at that time, at that point, you can try a little pass. But that was so the same scenario for 90 minutes. It's very sometimes effective, and most of the time, but against a good defending team like the Gunners has been yesterday, it's almost impossible that way.
Yeah.
Go on, Luis.
Yeah, I totally see that. I totally see that what you're talking, because it's true that we would love to see a little bit more of Rodri arriving second line and try a far distance shot and try to bring the two lines of defenders. To be honest, I was very impressed with Arsenal, because they were doubling up every single place. Because when the ball was going on the wide areas, there were two players just getting ready to cover that space into the center, exactly the same. I would have loved to see something different. If Haaland is not helping or is not receiving the ball, maybe try with Julian Alvarez, or a player who can play or even Bernardo as a false number 9. What the two centre-backs would have done without a player to mark, they would have been lost. 2-3 players into the middle without no one to mark, and then create the advantage or create more numbers of players in a different position, not into the center, where you could see that it was very difficult to break, because Arteta did so well make a triangle to the middle, make it so difficult to get through the middle. So try to find something different, more players getting involved into the middle who can play, because with Haaland it's very difficult to make a wall pass or get superiority into the middle. So I would have loved to see something different, not something that we've seen so far the rest of the season.
Did anyone talk to you during games?
Nobody bothering me. I'm back there on my own. Nobody's bothering me.
Have a little chat to you.
No,
I find it brilliant that you...
leave him back there all lonely.
And what about you, Luis? Did you talk to defenders, try and put them off? I'm fascinated by this.
No, to be honest, no, I wasn't that guy. I used to smile. I think that making a smile or having a laugh when I receive a knock or a kick or a join, I used to feel that they were getting frustrated or getting angry with me because when they were trying to tackle me, I used to dive a little bit, to try to smile and try to get that yellow card on them and get them frustrated. So that was my way of trying to take them away from the focus, trying to take them away from the game.